No, don't!
Go get him! I can swim!
What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy 8-Bit, and we are back at y'all with a brand new video. What does it do, baby? So let's get through all of this. Happy 4th of July, everybody. If you are in the States, then you know this is a regular yearly ritual where we pop fireworks and smoke meat and all of this good old stuff, man. You get to relax with the fam and hang out and all of this here. My little nephew's coming in town, so that's great. His flight actually lands in a few hours. And I got a special treat for y'all this evening. Inside of the life of 8-Bit. So stick around for that. We actually got to set up the whole thing. It's not much. It's not much. It's just your boy goes down with the. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know your boy likes to cook, barbecue in particular. So I got a little something for y'all, for those foodies out there. And that is what we will be doing directly after the stream. So, 300 carbo. Yo, that's what I'm talking. And a 6-star card. And 50 50 piece on the Avengers joint. That's a whole roll. Yo, I can dig on this, man. This was a good pull. 2x tokens as well. Hey, yo. Let me fuck up your mind, please. 450 crystals. Yo, some more carbo. That's going to be another 25 piece on each of the tier 4 materials as well. Oh, no, 20, 30, and 25. Okay. So, yeah, we can go in on the Fantastic Four joint as well. Oh, we got another unlock. That's right, because I mythic those uniforms for, or I took them to legendary for Ant-Man and Moon Girl. So that means I got a lot more tokens I can pick up here. Another 12 piece. So yeah, make sure you level all of these up, regardless of whether you're using them or not. They will help just with free tokens. Let me see. So situationally, so this is how you can look at this. From a situational standpoint, are there more PvP characters in here or PvE? Spidey's PvP, Luke Cage is PvP, Black Panther is PvE, Ant-Man is PvE, She-Hulk is PvE leadership. You got a support character, you got nothing in Moon Girl, you got another PvE character there. You kind of got some both way action with the Fantastic Four themselves, and then you got Bobby Drake, a question mark. So I would lean more heavily to PvE with this Fantastic Four joint. So if since that's being the case, we will probably go with you know what? Decrease damage from boss types, now that I look at it, is the best best option here as far as PvE is concerned. So we'll go with that because it's all damage reduction and there is no damage increase. So we'll go with that upgrade there. And we have to transcend Moon Girl. Yeah. So that'll get us another 17 tokens and take us to 9, but we will do that a little later. For the Avengers joint, I have to purchase and take this uniform with Ant-Man to rare. So if we get another uniform ticket, we may come and pick that up. And that's the only 4, and this thing is way back here at 3. And then we're probably going to have to pick up a old ass Captain Marvel uniform. Oh no, we have that one. Okay. So we'll just have to take it up. We might can pop this thing twice if it. Okay, cool. So it goes to 38. And yeah, we're actually doing pretty good with the Avengers. They're a little more balanced, but still, no, they're not. They're PvP leaning heavily. Hulk is a question mark because he could go either way. In this particular uniform, he is PvE, but anything coming in the future, he could very well go back to being PvP. Just depends. So yeah. Oh wow, we are not gonna get those materials. I don't think there are any boost points to be had. Unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and jump into GBR and do our thing. And okay. Yeah, we're gonna smack dab in the middle of just like that. Okay. Sorry, over here multitasking a little bit. No, 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 no. General distress call. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll open it up. Okay. Okay, let's crank up the other world battle. And I have not checked to see if they have implemented the bans in Otherworld Battle, but they have implemented the bans um in Team Battle Arena. And your boy has already switched up to other teams. Hopefully this will find a place for more of the tier 2 natives in the game and others. You know, for those of you who's Deadpools and Spideys and um you know, these sorts of guys that's just been sitting on the bench, Magic and whatnot, you'll finally be able to dust them off, pick them up, Carnage, all of these guys. Wow, I actually lost to the new uniform. That is different. Um, yeah, I've been rocking the old uniform. So this is the thing. The old uniform seems to be more suited for a PvE environment or a PvP environment because it has more iframes. However, that new fourth skill is way more deadly than the old second skill for Apocalypse, but it takes them longer to cast it. So that's sort of the drawback. And the heal is not shared with the iframe ignore skill. I got Deadpool should come out on top here, and he does easily. I do believe the best setup for him is probably going to be something like a CTP of Authority because it gives you the most damage um, and the with the damage accumulation, which he does not have in his kit, and the most defenses um, as far as consistency goes. But oh, that's his APOC I was looking at that died. Okay. Now the new uniform for Apocalypse, it seems to be more geared toward PvE in a sense because it definitely outclasses the old. I mean, look at that. Their APOC just immediately after the fourth skill goes down, it's over. It's a wrap. Whereas with my guy, at least like see right there, right before he died, at least he had a chance to hop into an iframe and he was able to beat Magic on type disadvantage. So, you know, that ability to be able to jump into an iframe gives your skills priority that it otherwise would not have. Um, so there we go. There's the game sound. So yeah, like that's the thing. APOC 2v1. Can he get Hella and oh, and they both yeah, my guy. With the type advantage and then type disadvantage against Hella, but you know, it is Hella. This is a really nice meta balance. I think with not seeing, I mean, I had snatched all of the tier 3 natives off of my squad beforehand anyway. As you see in my last live stream, the team pretty much hasn't changed. Yeah, so you know, took some Reg tricks with Rachel to pull that one off. So there is some merit, I guess, to the old uniform, especially with the bands in play. I think APOC moves up the meta just a little bit. Definitely not to the top, because he's still going to be outclassed by other tier 2 natives like Deadpool or Wolverine or, you know, any of these guys. And I haven't been running across any Wolverines either. We also need to go check the debuffs and see what's up with that. So let's set team. Okay, so they did add the restricted characters tagging, which was not there before. But they have not switched it. Now, if we go over here to oh, but wait, yeah, because we saw Gore, so tier 3 natives are in there. If we go over here to Team Battle Arena, however, and we go to set team, you see this down here at the bottom. This tier 3 symbol, the same that you see if you select a tier 3 character in your so this is something that they kind of added, right, to all tier 2 natives. They put the little number 2 right there, and then for all tier 3 natives, and then you see the non-native characters do not have that tagging, but for the tier 3 natives, they do. Right, so all of those guys, Gore, Mephisto, Sentry, all of those guys are banned this week, along with any of the Dark Avengers. So Dark Avengers really don't mean much in this game, or in this in this game right now. So you see all of these guys that cannot join, so we'll go ahead and pop them off the team. Because we have to revamp everything. And then this one is an overcost team now, because both of those guys are 40. Where's Maddie? There she is. So APOC and Magic. You know what? Let's throw Jubilee support with this. because APOC needs the attack and defense. Yeah. And then could throw Doom at this. If Strife was tier 4, I would consider it. Where's Wolverine? Yeah, we can throw Wolverine with this. And actually, no. Because he needs 20 seconds of debuff removal. Actually, but that was specifically to counter Sentry. Yeah. Let's see, 40% to all allies. I can get close to that with a America Chavez with reflect immunity as well. Just in case I run into any pesky reflect teams. We could try to brute force something. Mm, nah, Surfer would be a better fit. Um, for that, and then That's overkill at that point. Might as well run a different support for him or pair him with another symbiote, somebody like Widow. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And then who do I plug in here? Jeff? Yeah. Let me see here. Have to check some of these guys because I know I pulled a lot of CTPs. Doom's rocking absolutely nothing. Wolverine is probably also rocking nothing. Doom real rock with this authority right here. Who else? APOC has an authority as well. Juggernaut. What does my guy have? An egg. Addie and Emma should both still be equipped. So yeah, should be good to go. Let me check magic. So yeah, this is gonna be all right. We'll run one, then I'm gonna go back do some Otherworld battle. Yeah, we should be able to get some sweeps here. Yeah, that really doesn't count, but we'll take the freebie. Yeah, we're gonna go back do some Otherworld battle so I can crank up. So I can go refresh my drink, and then I'll come back and show you what I got cooking. Okay, so we still racking off victories. All right, let's see what's up here. All right, another victory. Yeah, see, these weeks where I don't have to deal with all them fucking tier 3 natives, I feel like a lot of players are going to do a lot better. I feel like for the health of the game, it's going to be a good change. Hopefully, they'll go a step further and tweak the power levels. I'm not saying bring the tier 3 natives down, but bring everybody else up, like close the gap a little bit. Everybody understands that yes, they should be strong. They're a heavy investment. They should have an advantage, but it should not be a freaking cakewalk. It should not be automatic. To where you're throwing a select group of guys and that's all it is. You know what I mean? Like we got to do way better than that. We got to do way better than that. So, but maybe that's just me that thinks that. You know what I mean? There we go. Finally took a L. Who knew? See how this one goes. Oh, took another L. Okay. Okay, we starting to get some resistance. Yeah, yeah. Fuck is this? All right. All right. Oh, this is not looking good, folks. Yeah. Yo, they flexing a little bit. We might have to mix the squad up. Because we're essentially running 3v5, honestly. With two non-tier 4 supports that are capable of going to tier 4, but they're not even level 80 or anything. So, you know, it's only so much resistance they can offer. They are offering a lot of support to the mutants. Hopefully, my guy APOC can pull this off with the type advantage, and he does. Although I think if it was him versus Deadpool 1v1, even with the type advantage, Deadpool would probably pull that off. It was only because his artifact had already been triggered. See, I feel a lot better now because they were actually able to get through at least one of Doc Doom's lives before the supports went out. And then Magic had to come in and do some heavy lifting, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Ooh, APOC. See, see, this is why I say this uniform right here for PvP, it's way, way better than the new one. They still need to buff it, and then they need to go through and buff the new uniform for PvE specifically. And what I would do is I would change both the uniform passives. I would change the uniform passives on both uniforms, and I would give him in this uniform, if you want to do like 5% pierce damage reduction, and then in the new uniform you can give him 5% pierce damage in place of that 70% chance to penetrate with mind immunity bullshit. They could move the skill damage bonus damage to one of his passives, tier 2 or 4-star or whatever. I would probably change the leadership in this uniform to something more PvP oriented, like since he has the, you know, they could give him all defense, like 50% all defense, or you know, 50% HP or something like that. And maybe a auto heal in this uniform or something. I don't know. Then I think he would be able to compete at a really high level. Maybe even able to take out some tier 3 natives with that. And then, you know, while they're at it, if they wanted to move the heal to the second skill, that would be great. And give it a few more hits. And then, you know, with the new uniform, they could, like I said, give it the pierce in place of that 70% bullshit. And maybe give him damage accumulation. I don't know. I don't think that would be out of the question. And if he's up there competing with the likes of Storm and Odin, I would not be upset. You know, he should definitely be like one of the best combat characters in the game in the new uniform for PvE. So we may decide to switch this up and just put 5 heavy hitters in there. Maybe throw Thanos and Wolverine or Doc Doom or somebody like that in there. But we shall see. Okay, let's go back and catch us some Otherworld. Otherworld. We're in Otherworld. Let's go back and catch us some Team Battle Arena. And try to clean this up. We'll put these guys against the Wolverine team. They both have type advantage. We will need to put a hero team against that. So we'll throw Jeff the Land Shark in there. Actually, we're not taking advantage of Jeff's buffs, and we're gonna need somebody to take out Jean. That's probably where Wolverine is gonna come in at. So we'll let Cap take out the mystery team. Or no. No, we'll let Magic and APOC round this thing out. Like I said, that team is specifically to take out Sentry against a team like Emma and all of them, or I could swap, you know, Emma for Magic, but then I probably would not use Emma on another team. Like it would either be Emma and Magic or Emma and Madeline, or all 3 of them. And for me, that was specifically designed to take out Noah, but it has a lot more flexibility because they have the type advantage against combat types. So for Wolverine teams, I think it's going to excel a little bit. Hey, my guy Doom and Wolverine team. And I actually should be putting that team against specifically Surfer. Okay, we got a Strife there with hella support. That's going to be interesting. So we're definitely have to gonna put a villain team against that. I think Reflect will serve me well there. I think he's got Rescue with Ghost Rider and Wolverine. That's also gonna be interesting. We'll put the symbiote support team against that, although not gonna get a whole lot out of her in that case. I may do better off switching and putting in I got Carnage in this case. Then we can run that matchup. And for the Reflect team, let's throw Wolverine at that. And then he's got another Reflect team down here. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see if we can throw Cap at that. He's got the Reflect, and then he's got the Reflect damage reduction in Black Knight. Oh, that was a tough matchup. But Emma was, yeah, Emma and Emma and Madeline were able to pull that off. Okay. Okay, hopefully we can get the sweep here. Ooh, Wolverine one-shotted himself. Will Doc Doom be able to get Surfer on the res without one-shotting himself? That's the question. And he does, bro. Doc Doom. So yeah, with these bans in place, a lot of these guys are gonna have a whole new sign of life where they just did not before. Okay, I feel like Magic and APOC can take Wolverine. We'll throw our Wolverine at their Reflect team. We will throw Madeline at their Mystery team. Yeah, I feel a lot better about that. Because while Adam may be a problem, Surfer is as well. But then this is Energy Surfer. So. But I also feel like Energy kind of gives Surfer an advantage because along with the Reflect, he has that one-shot capacity when he pops his third skill counter as well. And if the damage proc hits on it, it's going to hit like a freaking truck. Ooh. He has a double up team. two tier 2 natives. Okay, don't start with the shits now. Like, we finally got rid of the ban. See, this is why I said they should have implemented this shit. And now I want to really kick his ass. Oh, we crashed. So we took the auto L on that one. So never even got a chance to earn the comeback. This is why I said, and hopefully maybe they will. Actually, I'm kind of glad we crashed, because this will let us see if they added anything else that they did not tell us about. No, they're still just handing out tokens. They're not letting you replay the match. And I think I still had 2 fights left, which actually sucks. Yeah, I hope that really does not wound up being the case, where we're dealing with this whole let's see here. You know what? That's actually a solid freaking squad. Let's see if I can make that reflect on itself. Running a lot of reflect meta. It looks like he's going for the one shot in that last team. We will throw double blast at Wolverine. But yeah, I mean, because if you notice, we haven't been running across very much of the yeah, that was a bad matchup. If you notice, we haven't been running across very much of the whole you know, 2 character thing since the ban. At least I haven't seen very much of it. Y'all haven't seen very much of it live except for that one guy. This is why I say they needed to add the whole making you pick 3 character thing. Say it looked like it went away there for a little bit, but you know, once you start seeing 1 or 2 guys do it, eventually everybody's going to be doing it. So it does not seem as though that's on their priority list to clean up. I wish it was. Because why go to the point of, you know, banning characters if people are going to be doing the same fucking shit just with the tier 2 natives? Right? It's like, what's the fucking point? And people aren't going to do right. This ain't for Norn Stones like 4 times in a row. Yeah, people aren't going to do right until you make them. Oh, 6-star card, nice. Or 5-star, I think. So yeah, you may as well just make people do what the fuck it is they're supposed to do, and you know, force their hand. Right? It's not gonna be a bad thing. It's not gonna hurt the game mode. If anything, it's gonna force players to build their rosters out. right, we are back. Okay, let's get this last little old going. So yeah, I told y'all I had a treat for y'all this go round. Where'd my mouse go? Okay. So right here. Oh, hold on, let's go back. So right here, we got ourselves inside of the crib of your boy. Um, but yeah, we got ourselves some old Japanese barbecue sauce, fresh maple syrup there. Uh, Down there at the bottom, we have some ghost pepper hot sauce. Used a little touch of that, and the black truffle hot sauce. Used a little touch of that. With the French's hot honey, with the regular hot honey mustard, with the regular mustard. Just a touch of hot honey. That hot honey mustard is actually pretty damn spicy. With a touch of the Lien Perron for the wet rub that we used on this nice slab of brisket right here. After we got this thing trimmed up and ready to go. And then we let this thing marinate for a good, oh, first time seeing your boy on screen right there, my foot. I'm just now noticing. But yeah, what was it? A good 2.5, 3? No, actually it was longer than that. Cause we did the wet rub at like 8:30, and we let that thing marinate for probably about 4 hours, and then we came back and we put the dry rub on there, of course. So that is currently in the fridge marinating. It will go on directly after the live stream, and it's gonna sit on that smoker for a good so this is not a whole brisket packer. This is a brisket kind of combo. It's not quite the point, but it's not quite the flat, right? And it has a little bit more of a fat composition to it. If we go back to as you can see here, down at the bottom, but got a little bit of a fat cap on it, so we got us some nice renderings going on there. We gonna flip this thing over and season that back, of course. You don't have to, but I like to. But I always do it just before smoking. And then we're gonna take all of them good juices and we will use that to rechristen it, um, at during the cook. But yeah, we about to go down through there on this thing. And yeah. Have us some good 4th of July eatings. So just something I figured y'all would want to see. Now I ain't telling you what's in that dry rub. And it's really not a wet rub. I really just mixed up my own little binder, but I just don't do a regular, mustard or whatever sort of binder you talking about using. But the reason why you want to do that is because that vinegar is going to break the meat down a little bit. You do want to make sure you take the silver skin off and trim off any hard fat on the brisket. You don't want to trim it too much though, because it is a long cook and you are going to need that fat to render in order to keep the meat moist and to make it nice and tender. But certain parts of that fat, they're too it's too hard for it to cook down. So you want to make sure you get the majority of that hard fat off, and then the rest of it is just taking that top layer of just under the skin fat. You want to take that off as well. Before you season it, I usually trim it down, then clean it with something citrus, lemon, lime. And what I'll do is I'll take the whole lemon itself and I'll just cut the end off, and then I'll use it as a sponge and just rub it over. And then as that section of the lemon becomes, more meat and all of this stuff on it, where it's really not getting the lemon out, take the knife, chop it off, keep going. Take the knife, chop it off, keep going. Wash, rinse, repeat. It's not putting it in the sink and putting soap on the meat or none of it. No, that's not how you clean meat. You want to use something citrus and rub it down. Now, if you want to shoot a little water on it or whatever after the fact, I'm perfectly fine with that. But no soap, please. Even when you buy turkeys and things like that, you want to be careful and go through, especially with like turkeys, pheasants, things of that nature, because a lot of times they'll defeather those birds, but some remnants of those featherings will still be in there. So you want to make sure that you're going through and getting a lot of that stuff off of there if you're cooking with the skin on and all of that sort of stuff. Now that is the sweet science. So yeah, Challenger, Vibranium. Hopefully, they bring a lot of these, uh, bands to things like Timeline and stuff like that. That would be nice. If they were able to do that, let's show my guy Commander some love. Oh, we don't even have enough to open a mythic rift. I hate to open a normal. Okay, we got that resetting as well. And we also have these otherworld battle tokens that we have not spent. So let's go ahead and go up on the Carbo, because you can never go wrong with buying Carbo. We also still have to tier 4 my guy right here. Come on, let's finish off at least one of these guys. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Make it a 2-piece then. did catch a jug on the gears actually. Go ahead and finish this one off as well. While we still got a little bit of souls left. Would have been nice to get a 3-piece. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a 3-piece and finish that off. So Ares will be going to tier 4 pretty soon here. I was thinking when I used that 24-hour removal, I should have just went in with the rage to see if I could get it, but we'll try again right here. See if we can get it with an obelisk. Wow. Wow. Yeah, see, the problem is Groot likes to run down here and heal up. Rocket. So we got to dispense with this guy pretty quickly here. Okay, we're going to cancel out of that because we want to actually see if we can take this guy out. Groot's just been healing himself the whole time. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. So if we can lock Groot down and keep him from healing. Because that's going to be the main thing. Is can we lock this guy down? Can we keep him from healing up? As long as he's running through those little portals like that, he's going to constantly heal himself. And then we won't be able to get the kill. And that's going to be kind of the issue. Now, we could go about this the other way around and try to take Groot out first. Which may be what we'll have to do, but then we got to worry about Rocket teeing off on us the whole damn time. Yeah, because he's just running all over the place. And we got to be able to lock this guy down. Tough stage. Tough stage. We could also give him the rage. Yeah, he's just gonna keep running away. Yeah, see, that's the issue. Then I gotta worry about Rocket sitting back teeing off on me. So That's kind of the trade-off there. So I almost have to go after them. I mean, if I can keep them both locked down, that's great. Oh, hold on. Let's keep going after Groot, because we almost got him out of there. Hit him with a nice combo first. Yo. Okay. There we go. There we go. And we got ourselves some action now. So we no longer have to worry about Groot coming out and healing this guy. And we don't have to worry about chasing this guy down with not a lot of time left. Okay. Finally past 4. Okay, we got access to some tier 4s here. So let's go ahead and throw my guy Hulk in here along with some supports. He doesn't have a bomb. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Oh wow. Okay, he should be able to do this. Oh, that Hulk looks like a brand new version. Oh yeah, yeah. So looks like we're probably gonna be getting a Hulk throwback. Because that guy looks brand spanking new. And I haven't really wanted to make any progress on this without you guys, so let's see here. I did strip his CTP and hers. A strip Rogue's Judgment. I did not. Okay. Okay, that works. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Is there what? I want to being right. Okay. 2,500 crystals. Yeah, there are uniforms that are more expensive than 2,500. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, hit him with the switch and make him miss. Ooh, the dodge was clutch. Oh, wow. Did not mean to switch to rogue so soon. Okay. Okay. Damn, that was a good fight, though. That was interesting, especially with the question mechanic and all of that stuff. Oh, 6-star mega uniform upgrade ticket. Oh, yeah, mega, not the mega mythic. I mean, not the advanced. Be nice if they had that in here, actually. Let's see here. Let's go with my guy Thor. See if we can push some more floors. Hmm. This is gonna be real interesting. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, is my guy gonna get it? Yo. Hold on, get away from her. Get away from her. Yeah. See if I can get it with Ronin. Can I get it with Ronin? All I gotta do is get him down to his last hit point. Cause he's a zombie. Yo, Ronin survived that? Yo, yo, get away from him. Get away from him. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. My guy Ronin with the win. Yeah, Thor could have got it, but that's even sweeter. Okay, 3-star artifact selector. Is everyone in here? I got Shirag. See who's last on the list. Oh yeah, they got Morph. So everyone's here. Cool beans. So we are definitely... Okay, we got Sharon Rogers here. See what we can do with Luna. Creations of Netmarble fight. Ooh. 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 Sharon is hitting freaking hard. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's Sharon. So I'm not getting a whole lot out of I'm not getting a whole lot out of her, am I? Yeah, we need to rethink this strategy. I need damage to superheroes. Mm-hmm. don't got the support selector. Okay. So yeah, Fury isn't as valuable here either. By that same token. I think the only other support that I would have access to that would provide a similar buff, damage to heroes, would be this guy, but then he requires the use of villains for that passive to be active. And if I switch Winter Soldier to his other uniform, I won't be able to use him because he becomes a combat type and not a speed type. So that kind of becomes interesting. No, he's superhero, supervillain, but for magic allies. And there's nobody up here with the magic tag. Hmm. I could use this setup with Luna and see if that works. The cold damage increase. May actually get a heck of a lot more out of it. Yeah, that's the one that I gotta. Oh wow, she one shot again. Oh, whatever that one shot skill is deadly. I'm gonna have to keep that second skill at the ready. Yeah. That's her fifth skill. So that's what she's been one-shotting me with. Ooh. Definitely gotta avoid that fourth skill. Okay. Yeah. Let's heal up and then get out of dodge. Let's get out of the way of whatever you got popping. Yikes. Yikes. Hey. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, rando artifact. Okay, we got quite a few options here. We got Magneto with a couple of supports we can use, actually. That's going to be really effective against just about anybody. Dar Dan. So we got ourselves a brand new character here as well. They had her in the Marvels movie. Nobody really gives a damn about her, really, honestly. Okay. So what is it? We just have to wait around 30 seconds in order to hold on, we're gonna switch. Yeah. Oh wow, what the hell, bro? Okay, now we can pop off a little bit. A whole minute into the fight. Yeah, you're gonna have to utilize switching on here just to get the yeah, that's the most effective tactic. Just to utilize switch, because she's gonna keep silencing you. When she does, you're not gonna be able to cast your skills. And she also puts up that shield as well. And she silenced me again. So I'm gonna see if Cyclops can take out that shield, and he does. Probably should have just let Cyclops remain. Yeah, because he got silenced again. Oh, wow, she silenced him as soon as I switched. Oh, you crappy. And I wouldn't switch next to her either, because it's just gonna hold you up. Let's see if we get the rotation at least here before we get silenced again. Yeah. Okay, Cyclops. Okay, Cyclops. Go ahead and let her know. 13 seconds on the clock. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and complete stage 10 here. Since we'll be able to do this, I feel like relatively easily. You know what? Let's throw that out there. Support along with the yeah, this should go pretty quick. Wow. Everybody's got a mechanic. Oh. Yeah, let's definitely sacrifice him. If anyone. Okay. Let's get out of the way of that. See if we can pop. Oh, we can't pop off. Oh. Oh. Oh, the switch is necessary. Yo, my God, Cyclops earning them stripes, bro. And Storm is able to pull it off at stage 10 for your boy. So now we are gonna start getting into the meat and the potatoes, but not right now. What we're actually gonna do is gonna switch over to normal Shadowland, and we're gonna let this oh, we didn't clear it last week, so we can't sweep ticket it. Okay. So that means we're actually gonna have to go in there and select every character. We also did not apply for Alliance Conquest this week. As well. Yeah, start from stage 1. Let's run through story mode. Get our fragment farming on. No, this is not the optimal team. So we will turn off auto progress. Oh, okay. Did they actually shorten the stage? But yeah, with that brisket game, we in Texas, baby. We don't come to play with them. We come to throw down. And if you know, you know. But yeah, the reason why, like normally, even on a slow cook, you can get a brisket flat done in about 8 hours. That's not rushing it. That's not hot smoking it. That's not none of that. That's a slow roll because you're not dealing with as thick of a cut of meat and it's not as much fat on it. So what you'll wind up doing is burning it. So what you want to do is put your water bath in there to help circulate moisture inside of your smoker, to keep it from drying out, and add more moisture in there. And then you also may want to go in there every 15-20 minutes, of course, spray it down, get you a nice spritzer going, but only after the first 45 minutes to an hour of smoking. Of course, all of this is vertical smoking techniques because my pit, it's not gonna fit a whole brisket packer. It's just too big of a cut of meat on a vertical. Unless I'm like hanging it or something like that, and I'm not doing that. It's too heavy. But between that and then cooking that joker fat side down, you do real good. You also don't want to be too close to that hot box. Especially in a vert, because while it does hold heat and heat travels up, it's a lot cooler than you would think at the top of that pit than it is closer to that hot box. The closer you get to the hot box, you can add probably anywhere from, um, you know, 40 to 50 degrees temp, literally, if not more. In a vertical versus you'll even get, kissed with that flame, which doesn't happen as much in a traditional offset smoker. But where the vertical smoker gives you an advantage is because everything is vertical, you got a lot better temperature control in there, at least from my experience. Of course, every smoker is different, so you do want to take that into account. You got to learn your smoker, baby. You gotta get you some good film on it. And then if you want to put a catch pan, um, well, so no, that's not going to be a possibility for me. Like, I actually cook in the pan. Um, so yeah, but we gonna come down through there on this one. I think eventually at some point I will go back and get me a traditional offset smoker, just for certain items and things like that. I don't eat pork, so I don't put any pork on my pit, but traditional offset will be more for that. So when folks come over, and the main thing is really going to be ribs. So I'll typically do slabs of beef ribs. They fit in my smoker just fine. And then any larger cuts of meat that I need to do, whole brisket packers, this sort of stuff. I'll just have the room to do it. But yeah, we're gonna start on that joker in about an hour, hour and a half, cranking that fire up. Had that joker on probably about 5:45, 6:30, somewhere around there, depending on how long it takes for that bit to heat up. Shouldn't be much here in Texas because it is been scorching. It has been scorching. It is been scorching. What the hell? It has been a scorcher. Yeah, we gonna put it in there anyway, even though it don't fit. But yeah. We also got some burgers we're gonna throw on there. My brother-in-law's coming through. He's gonna bring some chicken, and he's gonna season that up. Uh, I think he already got it seasoned. Actually, he haven't sent me any pictures or nothing. No. The wet rub also. There is one ingredient, as shown here, that you guys are not seeing. So yeah, YouTube guidelines and all of that. So there is one secret ingredient that you guys will be missing if you use that. And then, of course, you don't know the amounts. Hell, I don't know the amounts because I don't cook with a recipe. I cook to taste. See, there it is. But as far as your dry rub, you can use, you know, salt or seasoned salt, onion salt, really seasoned salt, onion salt, black pepper. You can grind you up some red pepper flakes if you want to put in there just a touch. If you want a little bit of a kick. If you want something a little more mild, you can use white pepper, just a touch. Onion powder, garlic powder. You want to get fancy, you can get you some smoked versions or, things of this nature. Paprika. Nothing too fancy. But you need a decent amount of salt and you need a healthy amount of pepper. Definitely. In order to get that flavor to come out and in order to break that meat down. And that's what the salt really helps with. And then of course onion powder, garlic powder, all of that sort of stuff. That's just infusing flavor into the meat. If you want to get a little more fancy, dice you up some fresh red peppers, this sort of stuff. Or not fresh, dried. Grind you up some dried red pepper. If you can find you some good store-bought mixes, you can sprinkle a little bit of those in there. If they have a good flavor to them, I'd taste them first. One that I found called Applewood Smoke. And then Jack Daniels actually makes a pretty good one. Not part of this one, by the way, but they actually make a pretty good one. So, play around, mix the seasonings up all together, and then give it a taste and see if it tastes, you know. That's what I mean by cook to taste. You gotta taste it before you put it on the meat. The wet rub, once you get it mixed, taste it. The dry rub, once you get it mixed, wet your spoon, dip it in there or something. Or pour you a little bit in a spoon and taste it. See what you got. If you got yourself something cool, if you got to go back to the drawing board, then do that. If you got to add something, then do that. Got to change your amounts, then do that. And just be careful with the salt, because you don't want to go too heavy, but you want to get enough to, you're dealing with a cut of meat that's like, 6, 7, 8 pounds. So that's a lot of meat. So you have to put a requisite amount of seasoning, because you have to penetrate into the meat with the flavor and allow that smoke to get in there as well. You chop into that joker, you have yourself a nice smoke ring if you let them sit in that smoke long enough. About the first 2 or 3 hours, it's going to take in all the smoke it's going to take in anyway. And that's with any cut of meat. I don't care if it's chicken. I don't care if it's a brisket. I don't care if it's some salmon. And that first 30 minutes is the most important part of the smoke. You want to make sure that first 30 minutes of smoke that hit it is clean and flavorful. That's where you want all your flavorings. You do that, you're going to have yourself something. But I'm going to take a quick break, refresh my drink, let this ride, and I will be right back. We are back. Sorry about the wait. But yeah. Yeah, I think the new ban list, um, hopefully it'll show them some holes in the way that they have Team Battle Arena specifically set up. Because I mean, even when the native tier threes come back, you're still gonna have the issue of folks jumping in the Team Battle Arena using, you know, Null and Mephisto, Sentry and Kang, all of this shit, right? Or pairing them with another tier 2 native, right? So they're gonna have to really address that if they're serious about, because otherwise, why ban anybody at all, right? Now, I think there are way more effective tactics than throwing two tier 2 natives in there, right? Than throwing two tier 3 natives in there. Just because of the significance in power difference. Certain leads or supports that may apply to more than one of them, such as debuff removal or in Sentry's case, the all attack. In Kang's case, the 55% all attack. I think that he applies only to himself, but still. So they're gonna have to figure out a way to, and like I said, the only way really to do it is just to force people to put 3 characters on a team, you know. And folks can get mad about it or whatever, but that's really the best, the next best, the best next step that they can take in Team Battle Arena specifically. In terms of Otherworld Battle, what they need to do is, number one, take that replay, the same team that you fought after you crashed, and apply that to Timeline Battle and Team Battle Arena. That's the first best step that they can do. After that, we'll see how these bans play out. Oh, here's one. Be a little smarter about, well, on the one hand, I kind of see why they do it. Because if they're doing it like a week in advance, to where they're banning a specific character, like Jean is banned right now, or debuffed or whatever. Um, so yeah, that does leave like a week, but then that also makes it to where as soon as she drops, she's just not dominating the meta. Because you know that's probably going to be the case with the bans on tier 3 natives. So that's kind of just where that is. I mean, they kind of did the same thing with APOC. The only difference is APOC is nowhere near as good as Jean used to be as far as dominance. So there was really no point to doing him. Plus, that uniform was more PvE oriented anyway. And they didn't buff the old one, so there's that as well. There's that as well. So they really just need to really do the darn thing. They really need to do the damn thing. So let's see, for, was this 80, 130? So for $130, you get a tier 4 selector. Yeah, now they can keep that. They can definitely keep that. Yeah, right here for $130, you get a tier 3 selector there. There, let's get that back going. Yeah, you get the crystals for $10. You get the X-Men growth materials for $10, so that's $20. You get the step 4 here with the tier 3 selector and the transcendent selector for 40, along with the last step for 40, or for an additional 40, which includes a tier 4 mega rank up ticket. So that's 80 plus 20 plus another 30, so that's $130 plus tax. Of course, if you're buying it from the web shop, you will receive a bit of a discount. Also a uniform upgrade ticket here in the 3rd step, along with a 4-star artifact selector, 2,000 crystals, 3,000, so that's 5,000, 3,000, and was this 1,000 a piece? So that's 11,000 crystals. Like, the crystals aren't that bad. 11,100. Oh no, 12,200. So yeah, the crystals aren't that bad because the first step does give you that bonus crystal. You're getting 2,200 crystals for $10. Honestly, if you want to just buy this first step and chill, that's not a bad buy. Cause that's 2,200 crystals for for $9 USD. So yeah, yeah, they are right. It is a must purchase item, but really just for the first one. Um, then they got this selector relay pack here. Let me move gameplay over here. So you got the selector relay pack there. So this comes with what? Odin's Glory selector. Oh, that's actually nice. I was gonna say if it was an emblem selector, that would be fucking dope. Um, then you got, so that's $20 for the first step. The second step includes a mighty CTP, which includes the competition, and then the CTP selector, and then the Dimension Challenge chest, which includes 2 comps. So you get 2 chests here. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's for, what is it, $60. You'll get 2 Odin's Blessing, or 2 Odin's Glory selectors, 2 Uru amplifiers, 1,700 Eternal Flame, 1,750 Eternal Flame, and 1,000 crystals for 20 USD. And then for 36 or 40 USD, you get the 2,000 crystals. That's 3,000 crystals total for $60. That's kind of where they got me at. It's like, bro, y'all need to put some bonus crystals in here or something. Like, if this was like 2,000 plus another 2,000, you know, plus the 1,000, you would kind of have me. But yeah, just the 3,000 crystals. And they must have, yeah, so here's another 4,000, but then that's another $45. So you turn something that's 60 into 100 just that quick. The premium comic card selector, which includes the art book card. Maybe if you're searching for like the last one, but I wouldn't get that to get the art book card that's actually the good one out of there, because it's since been replaced by so many better options. It's not even funny. Now this tier 4 relay pack, 180, 150. No, that's not worth it. Not for 20 bucks. No. They tripping. 450, 380. Yeah, they tripping on this pack. This is way overvalued. You want to see what overvalued looks like? This is it. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they're giving you 8,800 crystals, or, you know, this is what, almost 10,000 crystals right here. No, this is 10K. So yeah, but you know, 2 Vashani books, 900, 760, and 400 on the tier 4 mats. Like, no. 600, 1350, and 1150 with 3 Vashani books. No. No. That's a pass. That is a hard pass on that. Like I said, the only one of these relay packs that I would consider buying of merit would be just the first 2 steps of this guy, because that seems like that's pretty decent value. Although the 1,000 crystals and the 2,000 crystals does seem kind of low, but you are getting 4 CTPs. If this mighty selector, well, it's a selector, and then these 2 challenge chests, they have a chance of dropping brilliance. So that's the other thing. So that's where the value is right there. But, you know, you could get a random brilliant trash CTP, right? So I think if they'd have made like one of these a brilliant selector and then the other one a regular selector, I think they would have went a lot better. And then just give me 2 regular CTP chests kind of situation. I think this would sell like hotcakes if they did that, and I would not change the pricing, not one bit. But then again, you can gamble, get the 2 CTP chests, and you know, I would give players a choice right here. Either pick like 2 step 2s. You're still getting 4 CTPs, but we're gonna break it down a little different. 2 regulars without the chance for a mighty or brilliant. Because I mean, you could wind up getting 3 mighties, but they're all really good. Like you could get 2 mighty conquests and pick your mighty for the 3rd. You could get a lib and a insight, which would be pretty damn good. Unless you're that player that just does not need any more support CTPs. Or you could hit an absolute home run and get something like a brilliant comp and a brilliant rage or a brilliant conquest or a brilliant lib or insight, right? That would be an absolute home run. Any combination of any of those 2. Like pick 2 of them. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Of course, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. I'm surprised I haven't brought it up sooner, but the sneak peek, of course, is confirmed that we are getting Sandman and Jean Grey to enjoy the blazing sun and cool waves of the beach. 2 heroes have arrived in summer special uniforms, Phoenix and Sandcastle on the beach. And then down here, check out the new looking abilities of these 2 heroes who have taken over the beach with the Phoenix Force and sand manipulating powers. We will provide more information through the patch details. Thank you. So, yeah, and then if we go over here to X, I actually want to pause that. The heat is rising. Get ready for the summer uniform. For the new summer seasonal uniforms coming soon to Marvel Future Fight. So, and we'll just check this out um, on X here. Let's do this right quick. We'll mute the game and let this ride. So yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool little joint. We got this uniform right here for Jean. And you know, she looks nice in there. I got no complaints. You know, they've done worse by characters. Now the sandcastle did kind of throw me for a little bit, but then I'm like, you know, with the theme and all of that, it makes sense. And then if you look in the background here, um, got this stay cool with this summer. And then actually let me get yeah, we gotta move this again. So yeah, got stay cool this summer. Um with the H upside down or inverted to look like a four. So T4 for Sandman or T4S, right? And then yeah. So my guy Sandman getting a tier 4 finally. So yeah. And of course, it makes sense that they would pick those two. Yeah, it makes sense that they would pick those two because um we're coming off the X-Men update and transitioning into the Spider Verse, or not into the Spider Verse, Spider Man No Way Home, or Far From Home, or Back From Home, or whatever damn name of the thing is. So it only makes sense, you know, X Men '97 into the Spider Man movie. So kind of transition period. They did push this update up a bit. So there is that whole thing. Um, they really could have pushed it back to August, but it seems like they are trying to make sure they make the movie deadline. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with that. Okay, we got 20 something chests to pull. So yeah, let's get off a couple. Hmm. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, it automatically reconnects you. No, it automatically connects you to one. Okay. Anywho, let's get the pool on and see what's up. So no CTPs there. Got four more and nada. All of these 1 to 3 star artifacts. No luck, huh? Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and overwrite that. Give her a 4 star minimum. Oh. Fisto's on the ban list. Hulk is on the ban list. Nobody interested in this. Well, Gilgamesh buffed could be interesting, but probably gonna get way the hell outclassed. But that is a buff times 10, so that's kind of interesting. Gonna go ahead and let it run on auto for my guy Sentry. Let him do his thug thizzle. Yeah. And we'll let this thing ride out the timeline. Okay, looking good, looking good. Hmm. Not so good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got ourselves I don't know, are people thinking that like we got a Thanos team? Is Jeff gonna be able to take him out? Nope. Okay, so Sentry should be an easy walk in the park. And that was actually good because he could use his second skill to interrupt the null. Okay, so it looks like he's outclassed. Yeah, because he's having a hard time just getting through with my null. Finally was able to lock him down with the debuff removal down, but as soon as I get the res, there it is. Yeah, we got some heavy lifting to do here. We may have to give him some help because we don't want to take too many L's in timeline. This looks like a pretty hefty team. Ooh. Yeah, we were able to get through that Sentry once. Still got to get through Gore and Kang. Okay. We were able to get through that Gore there. Ooh. Okay, we got our tier 4 skill. Make this Kang come to us and then pop it. Yes, sir. We definitely would have lost that if we did not help out. See if we can buy a little bit of time with Jeff and them. 8 seconds was enough for all of the skills at least to be off cooldown, so that's great. We'll make them come across to us since that lingering damage from the 5th skill is still there. Ooh. Okay, we were able to pop the tier 4. We did get no triggered. However, did lose a life and he was able to out heal the damage. Wow. Absolutely nuts. So took 2 L's there. Go ahead and pick up these boost points and run the other GBR. And get that out of the way. And then we'll see if we can finish off excuse me. We'll see if we can finish off um Ares skills because we are gonna need him later in later Shadowland floors, and we are more than likely going to need him to be at tier 4. So yeah. No, they definitely need the help. Yeah, my guys running tier 3 characters with Moonstone and freaking Sunspot. And then my guy has a symbiote team, but tier 3 Gore. He could have brought, even if he doesn't have sleeper support for the symbiotes, you could have brought somebody like Red Goblin or Valkyrie or Shuri or any of these guys, Sif, Yandu, any of these guys. Phil Coulson. Well, not Coulson. Coulson's buff doesn't work for that. To do some heavy lifting. Okay. Oh yeah. There you go. All right. So let's see if we got enough gas for Ares here. No. But we are close. So yeah, we will continue to work on that. Anywho, we'll be here for the unveiling, maybe not that night because it happens early Tuesday morning or mid Tuesday or something like that. So if the patch drops, um we will be here for it. And if not, then well, if the patch drops early, we'll be here for it. But if it winds up being like late in the evening, for us, we may not catch it until the next day. So yep, there is only one character out there that is able to go to tier 4. Even though I would like to use my other guy. And we may just do that just so we can get the whole clone thing going. Give me a whole minion. Oh yeah. Got ourselves a minion. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and start turning into people. Actually, they did way better with morphs, shifting abilities. They have him doing very prominent things that are easy to see that he's, changing character size, this sort of stuff. Things like changing in the Colossus, much larger character, picking up a big fucking rock. Turning into Angel, flying around. Like, very prominent things. So, actually, pretty darn dope. So, we'll go ahead and finish this off. And, yeah, we'll call it right here. Anywho's, y'all like, comment, share, sub. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm gonna go out here and get on this brisket, baby. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.